Hello ladies and gentle tubers, this is Simon from FFF coming to you from the heart of Wales on a green lane. Today I'm on XTZ 660, 1996 model I believe, the carbon obviously. If you watch any of my previous videos you'll know that I was originally on a BMW 1150 and I've had to sell that and I took this one in Part X. My initial thoughts now, I really didn't like this bike. It's completely different. I've been used to being smooth on a Beamer, but now I've actually used it for what it's built for on this road especially. I've actually it comes to grow on me like it's something that quirks, it crackles, it pops. It's got those very good quirks that I just like about it, and it's good for what it's built for really. But I'll do a main review about that. What I really want to speak to today is, what do we all ride for? Well, I mean, what's the point of riding for each and every one of us? Like, all around the world you get different types of bikers. I can't really comment for those other countries, especially I've only been to a few myself on my bike. But in the UK at least, we got quite a few different types of riders. We get like the sports bike riders that go quite fast, try to get your knee down. Some are on cruisers. To me personally, I think they look really cool. They've got a beautiful sound to them, but to me you're kind of limited to motorways, highway, and A roads. And then you got your adventure bikes that are big and heavy. They'll eat at the miles on the motorway, but you take them to a bit of dirt, and they're just too heavy and big. What's it mean for all of us? Like, what is the meaning of riding? For me, it's throwing myself into dirt and mud and doing technical little routes that aren't even straightforward. Which comes out is seeing a lot of scenery, and a lot of people haven't seen what you've seen, And I'm not going to lie, I do get kind of a kick out of thinking not a lot of people have seen this bit of scenery that I'm looking at right now. I did my trip to Norway a few years back now. God, it is a few years. And I feel like I saw quite a lot of things. Like, I kept off the beaten track. I didn't do the typical tourist routes. And I felt as though I've seen quite a bit that the average person may not have seen. And obviously you guys feel the same because, you're watching the video, which is great, and I'm glad I can bring you bits that people haven't seen. And to me, there's no bigger thrill of getting on your bike day in, day out, looking at a map, thinking, oh, you know what? On the map that looks kind of cool. I'll do that today. And it's just that feeling that you just don't get from doing the same thing in a car or on a tourist bus. It's just not the same feeling. I think you're more in tune with the open air, and you just enjoy it more. And unfortunately, people that aren't bikers don't really get that. And just reminiscing about Norway brings me to my next point. I can announce now that next year, preferably about May time, FFF will be going to Nepal actually. Renting some CRF 400 or some sort of little enduro bike like that, and we'll be riding around Nepal and doing a lot of adventure riding there, so hopefully be more videos like the Norway ones. I do watch other YouTubers, I'm not going to lie, and obviously what their little slices of heaven are and what they like to ride from people like Everride over in Utah or Adventure Oz down in Australia. We all have our own slice of heaven. But it makes me feel kind of sad like in the UK we don't have a lot of roads like I'm riding at the moment. It's just a bit of a shame, and obviously there's a lot of private lands, and you have to be really careful of rights of way, green lanes, private lands, all that sort of thing. It's not readily available for people in the UK. You do really have to look for the green lanes to do it properly. But I'm sure with all of us, especially watching these videos, we're all, or myself anyway, obviously not my colleague who works with me on this, but as adventure enduro riders, we have a community, forums, clubs, friends, or just YouTubers though. You can all share experiences, places to ride, or just a friendly beer, just talking about things. And I think that's really good to have a tight-knit community. I mean, it's not really hard to find other people that enjoy the same sort of things as you. Guaranteed there'll be someone at work who is either themselves or a friend of theirs or a partner of theirs that do enjoy doing exactly the same things you do. Or you can, if worst case scenario, if you need to find friends out there, just join like a local TRF group or something along those lines. It just thrills me how much diversity that we have in each country of the world, and even the UK, for example. I mean, I've been going to Wales 5 million times each year since I was 5, so that's the last 22 years, and I still discover and enjoy things I haven't seen before. Like this road I'm doing right now, I've never done this road before, and here I am, and I'll definitely come again. There's things I'm discovering every time I come to like Wales, for example, that just outstands me every single time I come. And that's one of the reasons why I enjoy riding so much, is because you're out there with the elements, discovering it. I also think it's quite a bit of human nature to be very competitive with one another, or even not even with other people, just yourself, and push yourself to the boundaries. Like, I'm fully aware that I'll never be that good at hard enduro or anything like that, like the competitors like Graham Jarvis or Johnny Walker or whoever that competes in the Red Bull Hard Enduro, for example, or the GS trophies or anything like that. But I do it for myself, and you do like to push yourself. I think it's in human nature to push yourself to be the best you can be. But it's also about having fun, which I think some people do forget that. It's all about us enjoying ourselves, having fun, and living life to the fullest. I mean, perhaps even when winter rolls around, I might invest myself in an enduro bike or a motocross bike to actually do some of the more gnarlier trails, and push myself to be better at them. That will transfer into my adventure bike riding, maybe. Well, let me know what you think and why you ride, and let the community know in the comments maybe down below.